what's up guys? So, got another video today on the Nissan hardbody. So you guys saw that in the last video, I went ahead and I pulled the engine out of it. And then, let's see, what did I do in the last video? I'm not sure I tore it down as much as... No, I didn't. I did not tear it down at all. Okay, so since I saw you guys last, I went ahead and I removed the oil pan and the front timing cover to assess the damage inside the engine. So let me catch you guys up real quick. I power washed the block yesterday. I actually have clips of that. I'll put it in right now. And then, of course, after I got it power washed, I went and I looked at where the timing chain was chafing. Fortunately, on the block, it did not rub through, which is a great sign. And then down in the bottom end here, everything looks really good as well. It's dirty, of course, 93,000 miles. It was full of the chalky slush or whatever you want to call the oil in the water. But I power washed it all out yesterday with Jack's 3000 PSI power washer. And then today, I'm going to be painting the block and potentially reassembling the timing kit if it decides to show up. This is actually the culprit right here. This front timing cover rubbed through, the chain rubbed through right here, and then all the coolant started leaking into the crankcase, and then that's how we ended up looking like we had a blown head gasket. So the new one will be here tomorrow, and then I've got the timing kit on the way. It should be here today. Now I'm gonna run over to the auto store and pick up some high temp paint to paint the block. And then once the timing kit shows up, I will put that on. And then once the timing cover shows up tomorrow, I'll put that on and then put the hard body engine back in the hard body and then hopefully have a running driving truck. So you guys are coming along for the journey today. So first things first, gonna run over to the auto store, get paint, and then I'll catch up with you guys once I get back. Alright, so I went ahead and painted the block. It's all brand new iron looking color now, so that's pretty good. I'm going to go through and delete all the extra emissions lines off the intake manifold. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys what all that entails and show you which lines to take off. And yeah, that's going to be that. So I got all these emissions lines off the intake manifold. I kept the whole thing intact just because it seems like the whole world is moving towards a point where we're all going to require smog regulations on our vehicles. So if I'm going to take all this stuff off a vehicle, I'm at least going to keep it intact and keep it so if, well, that's the case, that I can revert back and still have a road legal vehicle. So for now, this all comes off, but it's going to stay intact in a box, and yeah, I'm just going to keep it as such. So now that it's off here, I can get to work on cleaning this up a little bit more, plugging up all the extra lines, rerouting the heater core line that I took out, and then yeah, just making sure it's all ready to go back in the vehicle after I get the timing chain assembly and put that in, and yeah, seal it all back up. So I'm going to trace this out on here, cut it out, and use it as a block off plate for the EGR on the intake. So I'm just going to cut that out and drill some holes. Right, so I made a block off plate. It's still really hot, but it'll work. Just gonna RTV it to the EGR port, and that'll be good. I would drill through it and then secure with bolts. However, there's no way I have anything that's gonna go through 1/2 inch thick metal plate. There's no way. So yeah, RTV, that'll work. I'm also gonna remove these butterfly valves and the entire rod that goes through here because they're pretty restrictive, and if you remove them, it opens up some bottom end power. All right, so I got the butterfly valves removed. Got them all put back together over here. Set down with all this stuff that I'm going to be keeping, even though those will never go back on. And right as I finished that, my timing kit showed up. So I'm going to put this on the KA and make sure it's all good. Alright, so I got the timing kit completely put on the engine, and yeah, I just gotta wait for the front timing cover to get here tomorrow. So it's all in time, it's painted, it's clean, everything's torqued down, so all I gotta do is seal on the intake manifold, finish up some of the EGR delete, And then when the timing cover arrives tomorrow, I'll seal that on and then hopefully get it into the truck before I go to hockey. I didn't entirely want to have to rip the engine out of the truck, but I'm glad I didn't have to rip it out because it was blown up. So there's some gives and some takes. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you watched it all the way through, make sure you go down and hit the thumbs up button. That really helps push the content to new viewers. And drop a comment down below if you have anything to say. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. So we'll see you in the next one.